This is the Election Bureau. Hello and welcome to the Channel One newsroom, live from our studios at number 5 Owula Hanson Lane at Tesano. My name is Inusafo. Coming up, Salifou Amwako's son sentenced to 6 months for manslaughter following fatal East Legon crash.
Now, also, depression or medications. Only driving license for 16 years.
Two arrested in Bawku after gun battle as security agencies deploy drones. Electoral Commission blames security lapses for suspension of collation in 9 constituencies.
The police, in the letter to the Commission, indicated that once again their intelligence reports had revealed planned unrests by party supporters for both Accra and Kumasi, making it difficult for them to guarantee the security of the collation process as earlier planned.
And later, Speaker of Parliament Alban Bagbin warns against further delays in presentation of 2025 mini-budget.
You don't want us to sit on Saturday and tomorrow is Friday. If we don't do that, it means that this item might not be taken by the House before we transit to the next government.
In CNR business, IMF urges Bank of Ghana to maintain firm monetary policy amid inflation risks. Many thanks for choosing us this hour. Let's settle for the details of our stories. The son of Salifou Amwako has been sentenced to 6 months at the Senior Correctional Center for causing the death of 2 people. The teenager who crashed into a car at East Legon, instantly killing 2 passengers, was convicted of manslaughter. Details of the case are as follows.
The 16-year-old initially pleaded not guilty to charges of manslaughter, negligently causing harm, dangerous driving, and driving without a license. However, he later changed his plea and was convicted on his own admission. As part of his sentence, he is required to report to probation officers every 2 weeks and has been instructed to sign an undertaking not to drive until he turns 18. In addition, his parents have been fined 500 penalty units each and are responsible for paying for damages caused at the accident site, including a light pole valued at 8,000 Ghana cedis. Meanwhile, the family of the deceased victims expressed their views on the court's decision.
Parents, now, also, depression or medications. Only driving license for 16 years. Let's say, let's just say, I was saying this one of them. I can't drive without license. The what? And so maybe you speak around. Or driving unregistered vehicles. Or driving without license. What on one of them?
The court's decision has sparked mixed reactions from various Guineans, with some calling for a harsher penalty. But was that even a possibility? Private legal practitioner Nelson Amedawunu joins us on the phone to provide some insights into this case. Many thanks for joining us, counsel. Let me ask, could the laws have been applied differently to result in a harsher punishment?
Hello.
Counsel.
Yes.
Yes.
I
So I was
can hear you
asking,
now.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Right. I was asking if the laws could have been applied to differently to result in a harsher punishment.
Yes, when it's good evening to your listeners. When it comes to juveniles, we don't use the Criminal Offences Act to prosecute a juvenile, especially when the person is below the age of 18. We use the Juvenile Justice Act 2003, Act 653. The Juvenile Justice Act provides for the system to protect the rights of juveniles. So once a juvenile comes in contact with the law, we use the Juvenile Justice Act to prosecute the juvenile. And usually it is separate from the criminal justice system. It must be handled by the juvenile court. But however, if the juvenile is being charged together with an adult person who is above the age of 18, he or she can appear before a court of family jurisdiction, which may be the circuit court or the magistrate court, or whichever one may be.
All right, Counsel, do we need reforms in how juvenile offenders are punished, and where should we begin?
We begin rightly when it comes to the juveniles. We begin rightly from the arrest, because you can't just arrest the juvenile as if he's someone an adult offender. So usually the law tries to protect the juveniles, because these are people who don't usually know what they are doing. So in everything that the police or the social worker who arrests that juvenile is supposed to do is to make sure that everything he or she does is to promote the dignity and well-being of the juvenile. And at the end of the day, in order to promote reconciliation.
Thank you so much.
The law does not. Yeah. So the law does not usually seek to punish the juvenile, but to correct.
Right.
So that's the essence of the Juvenile Justice Act, not to punish, but to correct the juvenile, because these are the future of this country. So the Juvenile Justice Act seeks to promote their well-being rather than punishment when they come into conflict with the law. So we don't usually say that the person has committed an offense, but these are people who have come into conflict with the law. That's how we say it when it comes to juvenile. So even after the person, these people cannot even be remanded into police custody, but into the juvenile homes which are there designated for such purposes, which in our local parlance we call abofraboni. So you cannot even imprison them more than 3 years. And even before you start a sentence on a juvenile, you have to make sure that they do a social inquiry report. And this social inquiry report is supposed to guide the judge in imposing the sentence on the juvenile. So usually people who think that once a juvenile is arrested, he has to be taken through the law as if it's an adult. No, the law does not seek to punish them, but to correct them.
All right, Lawyer Nelson Amedo, we are very grateful for your time.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for joining us. Let's move on to some other stories now. 2 people have been arrested in Bawku following a gun battle in the area on Wednesday. The suspects were promptly transferred to the Upper East Regional Capital, Bolgatanga, after their arrest. Security agencies have deployed drones to assist in apprehending the gunmen involved in the ongoing conflict. Despite efforts, gun exchanges have continued in the area, particularly during curfew hours since October. Away from that, a Kumasi High Court has granted bail to 14 individuals arrested for their alleged involvement in violent disturbances during Election Day in Damongo in the Savannah region. The accused were remanded in prison custody on Thursday, December 12, after their initial court appearance. ChannelOne News' Middle Belt Bureau Chief Hafiz Tijani has more.
The violence erupted following delays in declaring election results, leading to the death of one person and the destruction of the Electoral Commission office. Protesters reportedly angered by the situation, stormed the Damongo Municipal Collation Center and set the EC office ablaze, causing extensive damage. Due to security concerns in the area, the case was transferred from the Savannah region to the Kumasi High Court. The accused faced 9 charges, including unlawful damage, assault, causing harm, and obstructing electoral officers in the performance of their duties. The state attorney requested more time to conclude investigations, while defense counsel Evans Amankwa applied for bail, which the state attorney did not oppose. The court granted bail of 20,000 Ghana cedis each for the 14 accused persons, with 2 sureties each.
We are happy that at least today they will go home and spend the holidays with their family in Damongo. We pray that and we entreat everybody in Damongo that let peace be still and calm be attained in Damongo. We are all one people. We are all Ghanaians. And at the end of the day, what we want as NDC members is for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to become the President of Ghana, to execute the agenda that he started, but unfortunately he could not complete. And God has listened to our prayer and won the elections. We entreat every supporter of NDC to be calm, so that we will have peace. The President will have peace, his ministers will have peace to rule this country for the next 4 years, for the country to be reset for the better Ghana we have all wanted for this country.
Are you going to push for the security?
The court further directed the accused to submit their Ghana cars to the registrar and report to the Damongo District Police Command twice a week. Meanwhile, the 2024 parliamentary candidate for the National Democratic Congress in the Damongo constituency, Adam Mutawakilu, has accused the Electoral Commission of violating electoral laws in declaring Abdullahi Jinapo as the MP-elect for the constituency.
I want to assure each and everybody that peace will prevail in Damongo. We've spoken to the youth and we will continue to talk to the youth. But what happened is just a slap on the face of democracy, whereby an EC that has 49 seats out of 93, that means they didn't have 44 pink sheets, is still able to declare results based on pink seats provided by the MPP. That is very strange, and we'll continue to fight to get justice.
The leadership of the NDC is urging calm among its supporters in the Damongo constituency.
Now the case has been adjourned to 23rd January 2025. Hafiz Tijani, ChannelOne News, Kumasi, Ashanti Region.
This is still the ChannelOne newsroom, still to come. Electoral Commission blames security lapses for suspension of collation in 9 constituencies. We'll bring you the details shortly. Do stay.
This Christmas, let the road you travel lead you to a place where comfort meets magic. Welcome to Peduasi Valley Resort, where the ultimate Christmas experience awaits. Indulge in a relaxing massage at our luxurious lavender spa, or revitalize yourself with a refreshing workout at our fitness center. We promise the most rejuvenating Christmas ever. Savor Santos continental and local breakfast options to begin your day right. Our lunch and dinner buffet with the live band music offer the finest Christmas delicacies to make your festive season unforgettable. Don't miss our special Super Soul night and DJ night with friends. Ready for some adventure? Explore our zoo and playground where fun knows no bounds. When it's time to wind down, take advantage of our special room packages available exclusively this festive season. For reservations, call 0540-125-555 or 0540-125-554. Petroleum Valley Resort. Live life.
The holiday season is here. Enjoy Piva beverages, the perfect fit for the season. Share the joy, share the cheer, and share the moment. Piva, a taste you will love.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hey, Swagger, what's up?
How far with your internship?
To be honest, I'm so nervous about starting this new role on Monday.
Oh, please. I know you'll be great at it. You should be worried about what benefits they have. Example, do they have health insurance?
I doubt they will have that for interns. But no shaking. I have NHIS already.
Actually, I'm on a line.
Ina, look at you. What are you going to do in the office when you can just download the app to register for an NHIS membership?
Yes, my people. You heard right. You can now download and register your membership on my NHIS app. No long queues or tedious paperwork. All you need is your Ghana card to register for yourself and for others. Once you register, you get a new digital NHIS card on your phone. My NHIS app gives you access to credentialed health facilities and services across the country. NHIS covers over 95% of disease conditions in Ghana. Access to healthcare just got easier.
Now let me sign up quickly. Miss Seth, I'm starting work next month.
National Thanksgiving Service for Ghana. Ampa. Onyameni Ghana diniye. Amen. National President Oda Aglo International no. Any executive the Anije Eka Obibia say. National Thanksgiving Service for Ghana. Affordable Kesiye 2024 Basso. Mimni that 21st December. Wa Blaster Square and Cry. Anopa nonson 7 a.m. prompt. Team, come and see what the Lord has done. Psalm 66 verse 5. Mumra Meshedi Onyamiaye. Music Ministration. Award-winning SCP Kofi Sapon. Very Reverend Dr. Clara Dankwa, DJ Paloma, Aglo Kwa, and Aglo Tambourine Choirs from the regions. Mwafadye enya anything Ghana. Vuvuzela, tambourine, anywhere handkerchief bra. Niye mbomo and celebrate ye nyankopon. When yawa yama yama in Ghana. Be aglow for Jesus.
You're welcome back to the Channel One newsroom with me, Eno Safo. Let's do some more stories. The Electoral Commission has accused the National Election Security Task Force of failing to provide adequate security for its staff to collate results and declare winners for outstanding constituencies from the December 7 elections. As a result, the Commission has suspended the collation of 9 constituencies, risking their representation in the 9th Parliament. Charles Owusukumi reports on a press conference held by the Electoral Commission.
The 9 constituencies to be recollected include Nsawam Adwedri, Ahafwano Southwest, Ahafwano North, Obuasi East, Okankwe Central, Ablekuma North, Tema Central, Techiman South, and Domikwabenya. The Commission stated that the collation for some of these constituencies was illegally conducted at the constituency level and cannot be upheld.
That the declarations made by staff were made under threat, and the Commission considers this as illegal. Those declarations, well as others that have gone on in other constituencies, will not be upheld by the Commission.
Consequently, the collation and recollation exercise was initiated at the national level at the Tesano Police Training School in Accra. However, the process has halted due to what the Commission describes as inadequate security arrangements.
The police, in the letter to the Commission, indicated that once again their intelligence reports had revealed planned unrests by party supporters for both Accra and Kumasi, making it difficult for them to guarantee the security of the collation process as earlier planned. This has put our efforts to complete the collation process at a standstill. It is important to note that contrary to the narrative that the Commission staff have not been ready, our staff have been fully aligned and ready and poised to complete their task.
Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for South Guy, Roxy Nelson Dafiameko, has said it would be unlawful and contemptuous of court for the Electoral Commission to recollate results for the 2024 parliamentary elections in the 9 constituencies. Dafiameko also described EC Chairperson Jean Mensah as a danger to Ghana's democracy during an interaction with journalists.
In fact, Jean Mensah has become a danger to our democracy because, you see, she cannot be a law unto itself. The Electoral Commission is subject to the Constitution and subject to regulation CI 127. CI 127 is very clear that where results are declared, it is not up to the Electoral Commission or the Electoral Commissioners to decide to ignore, to validate or not validate that declaration, because the declaration is in pursuance of CI 127. The Constitution is very clear in Article 99, Clause 1, Paragraph A, thereabout, that where a person is aggrieved or there is a challenge in respect of whether or not the parliamentary seat or election to a parliamentary a member of parliament is in doubt, the High Court stays with the original jurisdiction in this matter.
The police service have always maintained that they are competently in charge of election security. But the Electoral Commission is now laying the blame fairly and squarely on the police service for their inability to continue with the coalition process of outstanding constituencies. Now, the Commission is therefore calling on President Akufo-Addo and President-elect John Dramani Mahama to intervene and provide adequate security for Commission staff to resume the coalition processes. For Channel One News, Charles Osukumi.
President-elect John Dramani Mahama has dismissed assertions made by Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam about the outgoing New Patriotic Party government's preparedness to hand over a resilient economy in the incoming administration. Speaking during an address in Canada, Mahama labeled the claims as misleading, suggesting that the economic challenges inherited from the NPP government will require decisive and immediate intervention. Channel One TV's Akusia Otre has the details in this report.
Despite Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam's strong confidence in the current state of Ghana's economy, indicating that it reflects significant recovery and resilience despite global and domestic challenges, President-elect John Mahama, in his meeting with the Canadian ambassador to Ghana, rubbished the assertions.
When the Minister of Finance says the economy is turning around, you have a 2.5 billion debt. Your bailout is only 3 billion. And so 2.5 billion debt sitting and breathing, you know, and you say the economy is turning around, that alone can crash everything that has been done. And so they want to create a more upbeat, you know, story about the economic management before they leave office. But like I said, we're going to open the books when we come and let Ghanaians know what the true situation is.
The Canadian ambassador to Ghana, Mariam Montrat, has expressed concerns over the non-payment of international companies.
When we are talking about the investment pieces as well, I do think that one of the things that would be helpful is ensuring that companies are being paid on time, because that's also another factor that has been like a huge deterrent. Having like to fight to get like the money that is being owed. So something to keep in mind.
John Mahama voiced his willingness to look into the non-payments.
You're not the only country to raise the issue of payments. I met the American ambassador, and she also raised payments to international companies that have done work. You know, I thought that government treated only domestic companies so shabbily. I didn't know that it had extended to international companies. But she gave us a list of American companies that, you know, have done work and not been paid. I don't know if they are Canadian companies, but if we get that list, then we can keep a focus on it.
The Ghana Immigration Service has refuted allegations that the e-gate system installed at the Kotoka International Airport costs $240 million. In a statement, the GIS clarified that the e-gate system designed to facilitate smoother passenger clearance costs $1.7 million and is part of the broader Immigration 360 border management system, which totals $94.6 million. Portions of the statement reads, it is inaccurate that the e-gate system installed at the KIA costs a total amount of $240 million. The Ghana Immigration Service is implementing a new integrated border management system known as Immigration 360 with a total cost of $94.6 million. The e-gate system, which is a component of Phase 1, costs $1.7 million. The statement further clarified that the $240 million mentioned in social media posts relates to the entire life cycle cost of the project. This is the Channel One newsroom live on ChannelOne TV. Still to come. West African Examinations Council WAEC blames financial challenges for delay in WASI results release. We'll bring you the details shortly. Do stay with us.
Who are you? Who are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bready poor mattress anymore? Don't some slippers then follow me. You just buy the mattress we did the front there. Yeah? That'll be the mattress where the dead for time. Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like ash foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
Is this thing on now? I've been working long like a marathon now. Tying up words, making them a ball now. Tell me, we turn on the alarm now. I got a message, we didn't put it in a song now. I'll see you later, all the haters got it wrong now. We're touching the lightning, we're coming alive, yeah. We're feeling inside, yeah. We got the power.
Tank 300, where power meets elegance. Call us on 0501 772222 or 0501 773333.
Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver. Win, even if your bet misses.
We all have that one friend. Always by your side for the big moments. And ready to assist. He's always got his eyes on the prize. And his heart in the right place. Where would we be without our BFF? This season, enjoy all 380 Premier League games with your BFF GoTV. Upgrade or reconnect to GoTV Super Plus for the discounted price of just 265 cedis today. GoTV, love it.
You're welcome back. Let's do some more stories. The West African Examinations Council has cited financial challenges as the reason for the delay in the release of the West African Senior School Certificate Examination results. WAEC stated that the delay is due to unresolved financial obligations to technicians responsible for maintaining the crucial equipment required for processing the exam results. We're now joined by John Kapi, the head of public affairs at WAEC, who will provide further insight into this matter. Mr. Kapi, thanks for joining us. Can you elaborate on the specific financial challenges WAEC is facing that have led to this delay?
Thank you. Good evening and good evening to your listeners. The challenge we have currently is that we have some scanners the scanners that normally used for the scanning of the objective test have broken down, and those ones will have to be fixed before we can complete the process of scanning those items, and then we can compile the marks and then process the results. Yeah.
So what critical equipment has been affected, and how has this impacted the processing of the results?
Well, obviously, this has had a negative impact on our job because we had set ourselves a target of the 19th, that is today, to release the results. Unfortunately, we've not been able to release those results. Staff will have to be on standby. As and when the machines are fixed, will have to be recalled from the Christmas break to complete the job. There are other institutions that would also be waiting for these results, and if we are not completing our job, it means they can also start theirs. And so obviously these are some of the things that we are not happy about.
All right, Mr. Kapi, so what timelines have been given to fix this particular situation?
Well, we cannot give ourselves any timelines right now because we have still to complete the scanning of the objective answer card. Now, besides that, let me just say that the amount that is owed the technicians to those who normally fix those machines is about 25 billion cedis right now as we speak. Now, when the machines broke down, we invited them. They requested that we pay up all that we owed them, and then also guaranteed that we would, pay up as soon as the new job is done. Unfortunately, the funds are not there for us to pay the debt, not talk about guaranteeing for, the next job that is going to be done. So really, that is where we find ourselves right now.
Mr. Kapi, has there been any assurances from the Education Ministry or even the Finance Ministry on when funds would be released?
Well, just this evening, I'm told that the Director of Finance has picked up a check for 25 million cedis. But looking at what we need to do, this is woefully inadequate because this just enables us to settle our debt. And then we are going to start on a clean sheet, but then also we have to give assurances that when the job is done, we'll pay, So 25 million cedis by check for now, it has not even, reflected in our accounts yet. So that is where we are.
About how much in total is needed, Mr. Kapi?
Say it again?
About how much in total is needed to clear all these debts and make sure that the equipment is fixed?
Okay, so for the equipment, we know that we owe them 25 million. They are now coming to assess, the extent of work that has been done, and then they'll tell us, okay, to cost you this much. For now, we are not able to tell. Now, we also would need to expand our bandwidth, our internet connectivity, because we need to upload the results when they are released. And when you have to increase your bandwidth, of course, you have to pay. We need money to do that. And then we have also some exam officials who are doing some scrutiny. These officials will have to be paid for the scrutiny they are doing so that we'll get the right statistics to upload the results. So, if you look at it, it is difficult for me right now to put a figure to what we would require to be able to complete the process processing the results. Yeah.
Mr. John Kapi, thank you very much for speaking to us. We hope that the issues at WAEC are resolved so that results can be released to our WASI candidates. But let's move on to some other stories now. Parliamentary candidates of 4 disputed constituencies in the Greater Accra region, Ablekuma North, Okaikwe Central, Domkwabenya and Tema Central have been vocal about their positions following the Electoral Commission's decision to invalidate the results from these constituencies. The EC cited procedural irregularities and threats from party supporters during the collation process as the basis for its decision. Channel One News' Fauzu Masaudu explores the aftermath of the election and matters arising.
To address security concerns, the collation was moved to the Greater Accra Regional Office and later to the Police Training School. E.B. Bright, the NDC parliamentary candidate for Tema Central, criticized the EC, accusing it of disregarding electoral laws and insisting the initial declaration of a win was valid.
Well, duress is subjective. We were there surrounded by about 150 policemen. You know, my supporters were outside. We were there in a very plain, clear process. We collated 144 out of 148 sheets. 4 sheets were in contention. We agreed as they came up to set them aside and deal with them later. In fact, it was a total of 18 sheets that had issues. Some of them we agreed to compromise because they did not readily present forgeries and falsifications. They presented omissions, which we could all agree, okay, let's get to this so that we make progress. A lot of this favored the MPP, but I mean, right is right, wrong is wrong, compromise is compromise. But then when, you know, you're supposed to have duplicates and the original contains more information that our duplicates don't even have a name or signature of an officer. We don't know where they originate from. But your original has everything. How does that happen? You know, and all of that this is clear. And so if we don't accept those 4 sheets, you can't force it down our throat. In any case, I was leading anyway. But
Charles Forson, her MPP opponent, countered these claims, alleging that the NDC disrupted the collation process by destroying electoral materials. Forson maintained that internal party tallies confirmed his victory by a slim margin.
We will lead by 55 votes. Okay. We will win by 55 votes. I believe you've seen the report from the EC Metro Director. Yes. It states everything, all the infractions and then the cumulative total results that both MPP and NDC will gain after the summation of the 148 polling stations, for that matter, the pink sheets. The EC has come out to state that in Tema Central, there hasn't been any declaration. Yes, that is the point of the EC. It is only upon, you can only go to court after declaration. The process hasn't been completed, so well, I see, we've been to court to ask the EC to carry out its mandate. Yes, that is all.
The dispute has left constituents deeply divided.
Well, I think the NDC is just using some tactics to win the election in Tema Central here. But the thing is, we have legal proceedings for election to be declared or result to be declared. So I think they should just allow the EC to do its mandatory work. That's what's supposed to be done. For me, it's just a win, or it's very clear that the MPP has already won the seat.
NDC win. See, I told Aberia, you can police station. To win a banner by police station. And they were earlier declared Honorable Be Bright as winner. See, there have been one say Honorable Be Bright in the winner.
And what we know is what the things are going on. One person will never understand what is going on. So, what I think is they should re-elect again. Yeah.
So there should be you think there should be re-election?
Yeah, that will be possible. Because nobody will understand.
For instance, in Ablekuma North, tensions have escalated following a fire that destroyed a school building used to store ballot boxes. NPP organizer Abubakar Brahma insisted that collation had not been properly done.
Election results a winner declared with a figure. Is that not it? John Dramani Mahama has declared a winner with a figure with percentage. So they should tell us what percentage has their NDC candidate got with what figure to be the winner. But we're still saying that the coalition should go on. If they know they have nothing to hide, if they believe that they win, they should allow the process to go on. What is this thing? Today we are not accepting for the coalition to go on. Tomorrow we are going. Should we all do that? No. But I believe Ablekono first, Ghana first. They attack everybody. Even me, they were attacking me. Even me, as constituency organizer, they attacked me not to even allow me to enter the coalition center. But that's what I'm saying. For the sake of the peace we are enjoying of Ablekono.
In contrast, the NDC in Ablekono maintained that their candidate, Irabna Oben, was legally declared the winner before the EC's invalidation.
If EC, you've asked us to move from our constituency coalition center to come to the regional coalition center, do you expect NDC to provide security in there? So under what circumstances should EC say their officers are to declare under duress? Why did you move us to the already, anybody who knows the EC regional office, the place is a security zone. We had soldiers, more than 2 cars parked outside. Even at the strong room, the policemen outnumber those of us inside the room. So under which circumstances will you say your officers declared under duress? So for all we know as a party, we know legitimately NDC Ablekono, our parliamentary candidate, Honorable Irabna Oben, has been duly declared as the winner of the parliamentary Ablekono for the 2024 elections.
Private legal practitioner Martin Kwebu emphasized that only a competent court of jurisdiction can resolve the validity of the disputed results.
The suspension of the recollation is in order because under the law, the CI 127, you don't find provision for recollation. There is no such provision. So it's good that NDC is taking the matter to court. So let the court go into the matter. Yes, the only other issue is that I understand that especially when it comes to someone like this, they're saying there was no formal declaration of the NDC candidate as the winner. So that's how come they can do recollation. I don't know, because once that is not in the TI, then the best thing is to let the matter go to court, let the court look into it. Because you remember in 2020, when the NDC wrote to the EC to do recollation in respect of the Techiman South matter, the EC wrote that it doesn't have the power to do recollation. So why would the EC now try to do recollation 4 years on?
The 2024 general election may be over, but the struggle for power in some constituencies across the country is certainly not. Until the appropriate authorities resolve outstanding issues, questions about representation of constituencies under contention linger when the 9th Parliament begins come 7th January. Reporting for Channel One News, Fauzuma Saudu.
The Speaker of Parliament, Alban Bagbin, has warned against any further delays in the presentation of the expenditure in advance of appropriation for January to March 2025 by the Finance Minister. This comes after Finance Minister Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam failed to present the document to Parliament on Thursday for consideration and approval. However, Second Deputy Majority Whip Habib Idrisu assured the House that the mini-budget will be presented on Friday as scheduled. Channel One News' Ni Ayikwe Okan reports.
The Finance Minister, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, has for the 4th time failed to lay before Parliament the expenditure in advance of appropriation for January to March 2025, and this has generated concern amongst the minority group, who is alleging a ploy by the Akufo-Addo government to sabotage the incoming Mahama administration by deliberately failing to lay before the House the mini-budget for the year 2025. During proceedings in Parliament on Thursday, the Speaker, Alban Bagbin, warned against further delay in the laying of the vote on account by the Finance Minister on Friday.
By the Constitution, is the President who will cause it to be done. Now you are saying none of you present here has the authority. It's the President who gives the authority. And the President can give it to the Minister for Finance or any other minister, not necessarily the Minister of Finance. Are you sure the Minister of Finance has the authority to do that tomorrow? Yes, Mr. Speaker, do that tomorrow. You had a conversation with the President? Yes, and that will be, the indication is that tomorrow it will be done, Mr. Speaker. What is the source of your indication? Is it by word of mouth or in writing? Mr. Speaker, nothing on, nothing pen to paper. Just that we had conversation to ask when he will do the appropriation on our. You see, honorable members, I'm doing this because we've been on this item for some days now. And I don't want us to come tomorrow and we are told that I don't have authority to do 1, 2, 3. Then you are the same leaders who say you don't want us to sit on Saturday. And tomorrow is Friday. If we don't do that, it means that this item might not be taken by the House before we transit to the next government. And you know, it's very easy to do it. The next government can come and the next day, if they come and present it, and the House will have to work on it, and it is done. And you will be setting a very bad precedent.
The PFM Act, the Public Financial Management Act, places a responsibility on the finance minister to act on behalf of the president to present the estimate before us. And there are severe penalties for not doing it. There are severe penalties for not doing it, including a jail term. Severe penalties.
Today, we are talking and reminding each other about the law. We should do that. We had come, the majority had recalled Parliament purposely to do this. But we were rather busy fighting about who become minority and majority. So tomorrow it will be done. Completely out of order. You are aware that the House had to be adjourned sine die because you boycotted sitting. Yesterday and 2 days ago, in my absence, you people made those statements as if either the Speaker or it's rather the minority that caused the delay in the presentation of this item. That is untrue.
If the Finance Minister, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, is unable to lay before the House the 2025 minute budget before the House rises, well, not only would the salaries of public sector workers be at risk, but the swearing in of newly elected members of Parliament, the newly elected president, as well as even the State of the Nation address by President Akufo-Addo next year, are likely to face setbacks. The minority leader, Dr. Kese Latofonsen, has indicated that this would be of dire consequences for the president. Reporting for ChannelOne News from Parliament, my name is Ni Ayikwe Okai.
Joining me in studio is our parliamentary correspondent, Ni Ayikwe Okai. Ni, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So tell us, what happens if the budget is not read tomorrow, and what exactly is causing the delay?
Well, so since Monday, the House has been expecting the Finance Minister, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, to lay before the House the expenditure in advance of appropriation for January to March 2025. So this is to cater for government expenses for the ensuing year. Unfortunately, he's not been able to avail himself in the House. And moreover, the information we gather from the leadership is that apart from him, no one else has been assigned to do that particular duty on his behalf. So that is what is delaying. And I'm told that it's because he's also serving on the transition team. So that is also keeping him a bit busy. But we've had an assurance from the second majority whip, Habib Idrisu, who says that the finance minister would be in the House, God willing, tomorrow to do this particular laying. And the speaker has indicated that this will be done under certificate of urgency. So let's keep hopes high that the finance minister will do the needful, God willing, tomorrow. Because if he doesn't do that, this is going to ensure that salaries of public sector workers would be affected because there is no budget for you to spend. So that will be the key thing. And then from the information we gathered from the former majority leader, Osechi Mensah, so this would also affect the inauguration of the newly elected president, as well as the members of Parliament, and even the presentation of the State of the Nation address by President Akufo-Addo.
Well, we'll be keeping our eyes in Parliament, and you'll definitely be our man on the ground there tomorrow. Right. So we'll keep up to this beat with you. Parliamentary correspondent Ni Aikwe Okande. You're still watching the Channel One newsroom. Up next is Business with Nashi Kasiza.
CNR Business is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank.
Hello and welcome to CNR Business, proudly brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. My name is Nashi Kasiza. Now, the International Monetary Fund, IMF, has encouraged the Bank of Ghana, BOG, to sustain a firm monetary policy stance due to potential upward risk to inflation, while intensifying efforts to implement the fund's recommendations on safeguards. This is captured in its latest staff report on Ghana. My colleague Emmanuel Opong has highlights of the report.
The fund stressed that a stringent policy approach bolstered by effective liquidity absorption measures is essential to ensure that inflationary pressures arising from the dry season and recent depreciation of the Ghana cedi do not destabilize inflation expectations as inflation gradually returns to the BOG's target range. The Bretton Woods institution highlights the need for ongoing progress in implementing its safeguard assessment recommendations to fortify the central bank's autonomy and operational effectiveness. Additionally, it underscores the importance of rebuilding international reserves and expediting reforms to enhance the bank's foreign exchange intervention framework, which remain pivotal priorities under the program. The fund further called for resolute and decisive advancement in strengthening the financial sector. The IMF noted that the Bank of Ghana has appropriately intensified oversight and adapted enhanced measures to promote timely recapitalization and ensure the sustainability of banks. However, it stressed that more progress is required in this area, including phasing out regulatory forbearances. Given the high levels of non-performing loans within the banking sector, the fund recommends the implementation of a comprehensive supervisory strategies aimed at enhancing risk and credit operations within the industry. For CNR Business, I am Emmanuel Opong.
Now, the top 10 oil marketing companies, OMCs, in Ghana saw their market share shrink from 65% in 2022 to 61% in 2023, underscoring intensified competition in the sector, according to the 2023 Ghana Petroleum Industry Report by the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors. The report also revealed that as many as 34 OMCs faced potential shutdowns in 2023, signaling mounting challenges within the industry as players jostle for survival in a tightening market. More in the following report by Daniel Sakiti.
Although the number of oil marketing companies reduced from 235 in 2022 to 201 in 2023, the trend per the data obtained from the Chamber of Bulk Oil Distributors shows that the number of OMCs has increased by about 69% from 2013 to 2023. The decrease in the number of OMCs in 2023 notwithstanding, the market share of the top 10 OMCs declined from 65% in 2022 to 61% in 2023, indicating the sector is gradually becoming competitive. State-owned GOIL retained its market dominance for the 9th consecutive year, although its market share dipped from 20% in 2022 to 16% in 2023. This decline was primarily driven by reduced diesel and petrol sales, which dropped by 3.5% and 6.5% respectively. Meanwhile, Star Oil climbed the ranks, moving from 5th place in 2022 to claim the 2nd spot in 2023. Its market share grew significantly, rising from 2.5% to 8.4%. Other major players including Vivo Energy, Total Energies, Zen Petroleum and Puma Energy experienced a loss in market share during 2023. Emerging players like Benab, Dukes, Gaso and Frames recorded gains, with Dukes Petroleum notably displacing Petrosol from the top 10 OMCs. On the infrastructure front, the number of retail outlets has seen a steady growth, increasing from a little above 3,000 in 2014 to over 5,000 in 2023, representing a 66% rise.
The evolving dynamics in Ghana's OMC landscape signals an influx on the market, with emerging players gaining grounds and established leaders facing mounting pressure. For CNR Business, my name is Daniel Sakiti.
And that's it for CNR Business, proudly brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Many thanks for your time.
CNR Business was brought to you by MTN and EcoBank.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm in rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
There's no feeling quite like wanting something. You see it when you close your eyes. You feel it against the hairs on your skin. You smell it mingled with the wind. You know it's yours, but you just can't seem to reach it. Until you can. Whatever the dream, we can make it happen. So get up, get started, and make we do our.
And that's how we wrap up today's bulletin on the Channel One newsroom. But before we go, let's recap our headlines. Salifo Amwaku's son sentenced to 6 months for manslaughter following fatal East Legon crash. 2 arrested in Bawku after gun battle as security agencies deploy drones. Electoral Commission blames security lapses for suspension of collation in 9 constituencies. Speaker of Parliament Alvin Bagbin warns against further delays in presentation of 2025 mini-budget. Visit our website, ChannelOneNews.com, for information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One TV. My name is Inusafu. Many thanks for watching.